Hey, Vampire Logan here. I am getting ready to play some Overwatch, but I've been playing a bit of Season 9, and I just wanted to kind of go over the notes on the game. So, let's back into So, I have briefly played the Cosmic Crisis, and it's alright, interesting, cool, Call of Cthulhu type stuff. Cosmic Revenant. And it's got all the eyes and all that stuff. So really cool skins in this one. I'm impressed, um, but still not going to buy anything from the shop. Although I really do like this Moira one and the Reaper one here for the Valentine's Day. I really like this. I would probably buy this if it wasn't $26. If this was like $10 or $8, I might buy it. That's just too much. So too bad because I do like that skin. The premium battle pass. There's some weird ones like this ramen noodle bastion. I don't think I'll ever use that skin. But I paid for the battle pass because I just reached 1,000 coins from regular challenge play. So I bought it. But the only ones I'm looking for is the Torb one. This one here. A few of the voice lines are cool. I like those. I love this one. This cannons on his back. Ring master for Winston. That's really cool. Um, this one looks really cool. Played Widow. So I think almost all of the skins in this are good. Mythic. Moira, that looks really cool. Can't wait to get that one. And so, yeah, there's some cool skins in there. It's too bad that, oh yeah, this one's actually pretty good too. I think that was free though. Oh no, that wasn't free. This one was free. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, as far as the, uh, oh, it's a challenge. Looking at name card, voice lines, and some sprays. Yeah, not really that interested. I'll probably try and play that before it goes away. The main thing that I like in okay, so now I'm just going to cover the game balance changes. So major changes to the game in season 9. So now everybody has a uh, passive heal that they can get when they're not shot at for 5 seconds. Everybody thought that was going to be a really big deal. I kind of didn't because basically it only happens when you leave the team fight, and most of the time someone's going to chase you down. This happened even before this change. Someone will just chase you down and kill you, or you'll get away and then you're just going to be waiting for your team to come back anyway. So the fact that you heal without having to get a heal pack is just a little bit of quality of life improvement. Um, but the other thing that they put in is increasing the hitboxes of the projectile weapons, and that has a lot of different effects on different characters. Um, the uh, yeah, just the general main characters I think that benefit from this a lot are my beloved main Zenyatta. I can now I more often hit headshots when I wouldn't have thought I was going to get a headshot before. So, and I don't think this is too bad of a change because when the characters are moving around and you're moving around, you're jumping and dodging and all that stuff, it's pretty hard to hit. So when you look at it when they're sitting still, um, it looks a little bit crazy because it'll hit from where there is no, it should just pass through, but it actually hits the character's head or hitbox, a regular hitbox. So I didn't think I was gonna like this change, but I really do like it. Um, I expect that Zenyatta will get some kind of nerf fairly quickly because he's really easy to play now. I think the other thing they added was the health bonus, and so I think Zenyatta having 275 hit points might be a bit much because he's supposed to be sort of the glass cannon. Although that does make it so he doesn't have to hide and be afraid of like flankers coming after him in the back line as much. Still happens quite a bit, and uh, now that the DPS have a new passive where if they hit an enemy for 2 seconds, they are at 20% less health from healing or healing power, and this happens a lot because DPS are constantly shooting around. Mostly this affects the tanks. So yeah, so I like it on Zenyatta, but I feel like they're probably gonna nerf it. On other characters, I mean the main ones I play on Diva, it's really good because she shoots a lot of shots and they're kind of spread all over the place, so that really helps to get her a little bit better damage. Um, the damage increase or the hit point increase though is quite high now for some of the tanks. Um, so for the so on each roll, um, it used to be tank was kind of starting to suck to play, but still viable, reasonably fun. This talking about last season before this patch. And then damage was kind of so-so to play, and support was really good, and it felt like basically supports did both support and DPS, so your supports were double value. Now they've sort of taken that away. Your supports are less able to heal with that DPS passive, and just in general, healing is just become less valuable. Um, so the effect of this is like most of the characters now that they have a little bit more health, the healing isn't as necessary, and they can go off and get healing in other ways, and you have a better chance to get to them before they totally die. So characters last a little bit longer, but with the added hitbox of the projectile heroes are killing a lot faster. So it kind of evens out for projectiles, and everything else is kind of like balancing against certain types of character. And then with the tank gameplay, it used to be kind of not great in season 8, and now it's become kind of crappy because some of the tanks you just can't play anymore. Like Roadhog has a huge problem because if he gets shot by DPS, his own heal and the heal of the healers reduces his effectiveness, and he does get beaten pretty quickly. Reinhardt being short range and having to use the shield all the time, and being able to know not like he didn't get that much of a hit point increase, and with the hitboxes, he's all the tanks at the larger like size, they're getting hit by a lot more projectiles than they used to, and so it's really rough to be a tank right now. And the lesser healing is affecting the tanks really badly because if they get shot by DPS, then focus down, and Zen's Discord Orb, now that Zen's playing a lot more, Discord Orb is being put on the tank, and the tank is just going down like really quick before they can do any of the stuff they need to do, like take space. So I am happy that it is better for healers, but it is in a way making them more of a DPS and less of a healer, which is kind of the opposite way they should have probably gone. So you can DPS with your healers and with your DPS. The DPS have a better thing now that they can do that passive thing to reduce healing, but it does take away from the healer. So what I think they should do to adjust this, I think it's a good change. I thought it was going to be a much worse problem because of just how much they were changing, but it seems like they've just made this change. Now we're all getting used to it, and now they just need to do a couple adjustments. One adjustment I think they need to do is, I think they should do the DPS passive of the minus 20% healing should not affect tanks. Now, I know they wanted the time to kill and the survivability of characters to kind of even out with the hitbox increase, but tanks are suffering more than they should, and they already were suffering before. So I think if they take away that the effect of the DPS passive on the tanks, then the tanks won't can still be healed really easily, and then the healers will have a purpose so that they know that the tanks can't have that happen to them, so they can focus on healing tanks, which they should be doing anyway, and then the rest of the group can heal them when they're not being shot at by DPS, or just do it here and there, but focus mainly on the tank. That will put the priority in the right place for the healers. It'll make healers feel better too, because right now when you're playing a healer and you're trying to heal somebody, it feels really sluggish because of the DPS passive. When you try to heal someone, you don't realize that they have the 20% on them. I'm sure they're going to put an indicator in there, but it just feels bad to heal somebody when they've got that reduction. They just can't keep them alive. And I like that it is, that that you don't have this unlimited ability to keep people alive. But on the tank side, it kind of would solve both the problems of the healers being able to heal the tanks and feeling valuable as a healer, especially with Mercy. Like, her main thing is just healing. You can't really just do that anymore. Although she's really good still, just because of the res and everything and the damage boost. So, but yeah, if they took it off so the tanks aren't affected by the DPS passive, then the DPS are going to shoot more at the other DPS and supports, and less at the tank, and then the tank can go back into the role of taking space. So I think that would solve two problems with one change, and I think it's a really small change. I haven't heard anybody else talking about that, probably because we do want to be able to kill tanks, and not having them be able to heal so much does make a difference. But I think a lot of players don't even realize that the DPS passive even exists. So people are just playing like they used to, and it's just not working as well. So anyway, I think that'll be that's my main point, I think, about the new patch. I really hope they don't nerf Zenyatta too much, because I'm really enjoying being able to play him now, and he is able to take duels now a lot better, and hit shots from far away, and you don't have to be as up close anymore. And although never really did, I guess it's just that I can't aim, so I need to be up closer where I can see the target. But now the hitbox is a little bit bigger on his projectiles, I can actually hit people from farther away, and it makes my Zen versus Widow duels really even more fun. Before, I was able to duel with Widows from a far distance and take them out, so I like doing that, and I like being able to fight off the Tracer and fight off the other flankers when I get jumped, because I know no one's going to come back and peel for me, unless I'm playing with certain people I know. So here's how my placements went. Oh yeah, that was one more thing I was going to add to the talk, is so they increased the effect of they added placements back. They increased the effect of the placement progress, so that you actually can do they have a bigger effect than just playing regular games. Like before, the placements were just like basically regular games, and then when you finish them, you were basically just playing. And all it did in the placements before in Overwatch 1 was you would basically just play 5 games with each role, and then it would be just like you played 5 games but didn't get continuous updating progress. Whereas now they're saying the placement progress will be like have a huger effect on your initial starting rank, and that's what I think they should have been doing all along. So I'm not sure why this is like took so long to get here. So, and the way it did work, it seemed weird because it did start me back in when you go into the progress for your placements, it tells you what is your expected rank is going to be. And when I started, it showed pretty much the same ranks that I had finished off last season in. And so it's like they were supposed to do a overall rank reset, but I think they still kept all the information of what your rank has been for a while. So I kind of started out in bronze in all the roles, even though I had finished in silver in support. And so when I played a few games, it kept saying bronze still, and then it worked up a little bit through the bronze. And by the time I finished support, I think I got 7 wins and 3 losses for. No, sorry, I got 4 wins and 6 losses, and I got to silver 5, which was what I was in last season. For open queue, which I don't play that often, we had a really good streak with that with the group with Goood-ish and them, and I had it looked like it was going to place me in down in bronze, and then after we got those 7 wins, I jumped up from like bronze 1 into silver in the last couple of wins, and then like the last 3 wins, I think I ended on a loss. So the last 3 wins before that loss, I went up to silver 3 expected rank, and then the loss didn't really affect it, and then I got into silver 3. So and last season I was in bronze 5 on damage because I was in a hole for the longest time, and it never able to get out. Now that DPS is really good to play, I have been going up. The first few games I got wins. It hasn't told me how many wins I got here, but just need 2 more to rank up. I think I'm gonna be in bronze 4 maybe, so I might get out of the bronze 5 hole with damage this season. Tank, at the end of last season, at the beginning of last season, I was in bronze or silver 1. Sorry, silver 5 for tank, and when I finished the season, I went all the way down to bronze 4. Just in the last like 5 games or something, it just started deranking me so much each loss, and groups of 5, and I was just having like I was at 4 wins and no losses, and then I had a huge losing streak that went down like 10 losses in a row. Me down in bronze 4. And so this thing has been saying that I'm going to be in bronze 4. I've had some bad luck again with tank because now it's really hard to play tank. So I don't know what's going to happen with my tank rank. I don't think it's going to get back into silver. So that kind of sucks. But I was trying to make sure that these games that I played for the placement progress were really good games. Then I got on the streak for this open queue, and then it was okay for support. But I really want to team up with people to play these placements. So it's so important now. It's like you just don't want to play unless you have your team. So it just kind of sucks to do a solo queue. But you gotta get in there, get those games up. And then what I saw from, I've ran a few games in open queue after I placed, and it tells you a lot of information in the bar, but I don't really quite understand everything. So in my first 2 games, I went down, and I'm in danger of falling out of silver 3. I think I'm just down at 0 now for the percentage. And the first 2 games, it said that I was, I guess, favored to win and didn't win, and that gave me a minus 10%. And that really sucks because I think that may have been why it's so hard for me to rank up, because it's figuring that I should be winning games. I don't know why, because I've lost a lot of I lose a lot of games, so I don't know why it thinks that I'm supposed to be winning these games. Probably because of my skill, and then it just get in with these teams where somebody leaves or somebody like fucks around or whatever. So it's still frustrating to play ranked no matter what you do because of the skill level of the people you get when you're down in these low ranks. So I don't know. I'm hoping this is going to be better. But at least I'll be able to see what's going on a lot easier, and understand why it's going up or down. But it's probably going to make me mad as well. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So I think ranked is better. It's definitely improvement this season. Um, like this whole thing of getting to see your rank change every time is definitely better. I don't know why they took that away for so long. It should have been added back way sooner, but this system seems to be pretty much better than what was in Overwatch 1, so maybe they just want to make sure they had something better. So it didn't look like they were just putting back the Overwatch 1 system in. Okay, let me go play a game.